Yo, welcome to Love the Afrobeat Music Talk Radio, your number one African Caribbean online radio. We are live in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Plus 25 degrees Celsius. We do what we do best on Saturdays at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yesterday, we have a very special show for you and with you. We hope over the next hour, you spare us your space to come in there to have a conversation with one of the most amazing, versatile musicians that are, of all time, I will put it that way. Yes, Cinnamon Jones. She's with us today.
Thank
and
you.
You know, if you are joining us, it's a long weekend here in Canada. So we are going to take our time to have that conversation. There's a lot of you, I've heard a lot about Cinnamon Jones, especially those of you upstate New York, in the United States, everywhere. You know what? I'll tell you, when we get into the nitty-gritty of things, how Cinnamon Jones and myself, Miss Jones and myself met. But you see, it's going to be a very wonderful program. I promise you that. And before we do that, hey, Ron is with me here. Ron is out of nowhere. It's somewhere in the Boondoggle. I don't know. You have to ask. And then, as usual, Petra is right here in the studio. And before we start the conversation, hey, Petra, how are you?
I'm good, TYB. Hey, Lupe family. Hey, Cinnamon. Hey, Ron. I'm doing great.
Awesome. Seems we're getting some feedback somewhere, but we'll have to correct it. Ron, how are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful, TYB. I hope you can hear me. I'm way out in the middle of nowhere, nowhere.
That's right.
Camping and getting ready for a bike race tomorrow. So having a good time. I wish the rain would stop. It's supposed to stop for tomorrow, but here on the West Coast, that's the West Coast, and what we get for weather is what we get.
At some point in time, the plants and the trees need comforting. So at the end of the day, they are smiling in praise of God. Well, having said that, as usual, today we are going to do things differently. I was planning on something differently, but I will do it at the end of the program, the riddles. So be prepared for that. And before we start it, I would say, you know what? I give the first question to Miss Grant. Petra, the floor is yours. Let's go.
Thank you, TYB. Cinnamon, he also put me on the spot, but I love it. Thank you, TYB.
Thank you.
So, Cinnamon, it's a pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you for coming to Highway 6 to Africa.
Thank you. Now, where are you, my dear? You're in the studio in Canada?
Yes, I am. Yes, but I'm from England originally. That's why I have this funny accent.
It's not funny. It is gorgeous, like you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. You're beautiful as well, accent. Inside and out. Thank you. So, Cinnamon, I wanted to ask you, it's like my signature question. Can you just literally share with everybody who is Cinnamon Jones? Yes, please. We'd love to know who you are.
Okay, I am. I'm born and raised from Brooklyn, New York, originally. I moved to California, early '80s, and then stayed there for over 20 years, and then moved to Rochester, New York. But music has been a part of my life since I was, I guess, 2-3 years old, coming from a gospel background. Mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, singers all through the family, musicians, I'm just a person who loves music and loves to have a good time and bring a lot of peace to anybody who wants it.
That's beautiful. Thank you. So, coming from such a musical family, what was that like growing up, knowing that everybody was surrounded by music? Like, what was that like for you?
Girl, we still get together and sing. Wherever we go, we got to sing anywhere everywhere we go. We had to visit my sister in the hospital just recently in New York, and we were in the hospital singing. You know, this is what we do, you know, so everywhere we go, we open our mouths and start blowing. Starts off with mom, okay? She acts like she doesn't know a song, so she tries to get us to remember the song. That's how the song begins, and we start singing. Yeah, but we know she know the song now, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
You
So
get
every
it?
time it says that, you know what it's leading to, right?
Right. What's this? How does this song go? You know how that song go. Like, no, I don't. Sing it for me, okay?
Aw, that's beautiful. That's so
That's it. It
beautiful.
sounds like a choir, so beautiful.
That's
I'm
beautiful.
grateful for the gift because I know it's not mine. I'm grateful that he gave it to us, you know, while we're here. He lended it to us while we're here. So we spread it.
Exactly. Thank you. And that leads on to like my last question I want to ask you. What is it about the music that captivates you? So you spoke a little bit about like the Most High giving you that gift, but what else is it about music that captivates you, or you can actually explore what you mentioned as well?
I know music has a lot of power to change a lot of things. You know, it's just up to us to use it to present it that way. You know,
Exactly.
I watch when I perform sometimes, and I see or I hear people tell me, you know, you've changed my way of thinking, or I came in here one way and now I'm leaving another, you know. So I know it has the power, and it's all from God, Jesus. You know what I mean? Listen to the wind, it sings. Listen to the waves, it sings.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, everything is musical if you really listen. You know, so it has a lot of power. So about what you're willing to accept and, you know, take in. So I love it. I love it.
Most definitely.
What comes from the heart reaches the heart.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. TYB?
And how did it all get started?
How did it all get started?
That's right.
Performing?
Yes.
My mother throwing us on in church, you know, out there singing with her, you know, in the choirs and well, let's just say church, you know. Come on, y'all black. Y'all know doggone well everything begins in church. Everything begins in church. So if you got a voice or whatever, they're gonna throw you in church. They're gonna make you sing in the choir. And I'll never forget because I didn't really hear my voice until one day I was in school and I had to sing the national anthem with my classmates. And I think it was around in the second grade, and I heard myself. I was like, "You sound pretty good."
Yeah.
But I didn't want to become a singer. I wanted to dance. I wanted to be a dancer.
Wow.
That was my first love. Yes. I can do that. So, yeah.
Wow.
But singing took over. So, you know.
And when you started it, who was your inspiration?
My mother.
Your mother.
Because I used to hear her sing around the house all day, every day. And to me, she would have gave Aretha Franklin a run for her money. Okay.
And how many
Nice.
siblings do you have? And did they all sing? You know, like
It's 8 of us.
Wow.
So
Awesome.
all of them.
Awesome.
All of them.
You see, I'm asking this because in my family, you know, back home in Ghana, for instance, we have an extended family system. But in this particular case, my mother's siblings and all, they had a huge house, a huge building, all of them. I mean, we were all raised in that particular family house. And what happened was that, Christians, and on Sundays, after church, at 12
The
o'clock,
church.
yeah, after church, oh my Lordy, 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 Lordy. Methodist people are singing from there, Presbyterians, Anglicans, Catholics. So the household was full of music. And it was so fun. So I can relate to your.
It's a beautiful thing, isn't it?
It is. It is
It
very
is.
beautiful. It is really beautiful. And that is where we separated the corn from the chaff. Those who were able to sing, and those who were not able to sing. And got so good, I was able to pick the art of singing and then the art of percussion playing. So I got it from both sides because my father was a professor teaching African drumming and dancing at the University of Dance.
Wow.
So, and my mom was in the women's choir in the Anglican church in my town. So I think I got it from both sides. So I can relate to.
You did.
Yes, from what you said, and we appreciate the fact that you are here having this conversation with us for the up and coming.
Petra, are you a performer?
Yes, I am. That is where we met, Edmonton Folk Festival. My band was playing it. So
I remember you. I asked Petra, was she a performer? Petra, you a performer?
Yeah, I'm a performer. I sing and I dance just like you, but I chose singing just like you too. So I hear a lot of similarities in your story.
Okay. Let me before we leave, give me your website.
Yeah, for sure. We'll definitely stay connected.
Yeah. But I remember you, dear.
You know, as musicians, you know what?
Unforgettable.
It's a fraternity. It's a fraternity. Wherever we go, it's a fraternity. So we are so happy to have you with us today because we have some great conversation that we would like to have with you. Ron from nowhere. The floor is
Oh yes, that's where I feel like I am today. Now I'm sitting in the car because a bunch of friends came over to our campsite where we're at, and hopefully you can still hear me. And so they're starting to make a lot of noise. So I've come inside my car, so hopefully you can hear me better now.
Yeah.
In your mobile studio.
Yeah, my own little studio. Cinnamon, I heard a bunch of your songs. What I wonder about from a perspective as a person who used to be a music teacher, did you take music classes at university, or did you do university, or did you do what kinds of education did you get in music, other than say from your respectful Aretha Franklin with respect mother? Where did you get some of your, or where did you learn music in terms of technical stuff and that kind of part of the music?
First education is mom. Second is church. Third is I did go to a music and art school in high school. And you remember that show Fame?
Yeah.
My school was like that.
Yeah.
Okay, my school was like that. And I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. So my school was just like that. So that's where I got all my background, how to perform, musicianship, And then after I left high school, I went straight on tour.
Yeah.
So, and then you learn as you go.
As I ask a lot of musicians, because it's so difficult, in today's music to try to make a living, are you doing music full time, or are you having to keep a full-time job, or what's how is your musical career at right now in terms of being able to stay alive, so to speak? Pardon the phrase, stay alive.
I'm doing music full time. I work a lot. Matter of fact, after I leave this, I have to go work, and I do everything. Tomorrow, I have to sit on the lake and my people sit and eat and drink, I do a show there. It's just straight jazz. I do R&B. So, I mean, I work a lot. This is my living.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, like I told you, this is festival time. We have merchandise, people are buying the singles. So it works. You can do it. And I have a pretty good fan base, so I'm okay. Look at me. Do I look like I'm starving?
Hey,
you look good, girl. You look good.
Yeah. It's fortunate. It's fortunate for you to be able to do that. We interview a lot of artists who aren't able to do what you're doing, and I admire you.
Wait a minute. You know what I believe that is? I believe you can do it. You just have to step out on faith and do it.
Exactly.
It took me a long time to do that. So once I walked out, seemed like the gigs came. It's like somebody told me a long time ago, if you get your passport, you'll travel. Got my passport, traveled around the world for 7 years.
That's true. I agree.
You know what I mean? So you just have to walk out on faith and do it. You know, there's no such word as can't.
Yeah. Sure.
I think I think a lot of artists, what they could learn from you is that you need to be stepping out on a stage, because that's where you're going to make your money, and selling your paraphernalia and your likes, all that. But I admire you for being able to do that, because we have so many that have never, I've worked with artists, they've never even stood on a stage before. So that's where, to me, where the money is, where I've made my money is on stage. So.
But don't step out there if you can't do it.
I just
don't step out there. Don't step out there unless you know what you're doing.
And don't write songs if you can't perform them.
Very good.
So,
very good.
Petra, I like that. Before I pass it over to you, I'd like to say congratulations to your son on his graduation. Awesome.
Aww, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Mom.
Your son, congratulations.
Thank you.
How old is he?
He's 13. He graduated from junior high. Yeah, so nice taking that big boy step to high school. So thank you, Ron. Thank you for everyone that sent me the wishes. Thank you so much too.
I saw
you doing music too.
And...
He's a clay modeler. He's a different type of creative. You know, he's a visual artist.
Love it.
It's okay.
Love it.
Yeah. All right, Petra, turn it over to you.
Thank you, Ron. And thank you for asking as well, Cinnamon. And I wish my son would be into more to music, but I'm just happy he's got a creative avenue, you know? But I wanted to ask you, I want to kind of backtrack a little bit because I hear so many similarities in our story, and I know I mentioned it a little bit as well. You said that you started singing around 2 and 3, and that's when I started singing, you know? I used to line up my teddy bears and sing them like Motown songs, you know what I mean? My earliest memories. And just like you, like my uncle, he actually went to school similar to Fame, but also in London, in the UK. So he did jazz, ballet, contemporary, you know? He did he danced ballet for Carmen, you know, back in the day. And you have to be very athletic to do ballet. People don't really understand those type of things, you know, you have to be an athlete. But I grew up with both influences, you know, dance and music, but like you, I chose to sing, to be a singer, you know? But I did notice from one of your performances a couple of months ago, I saw you dancing and jiving on stage. So I still see that you fully well incorporate dancing into your music. Can you just explore that with us a little bit more? Like, you know, like tell us why it's important to still incorporate dancing into your music and the impact it has on your fan base.
Oh my God, girl, honestly, I dance because I dance. I dance because I feel it. You know what I mean? And I'll tell the audience, you can sit still. I don't care. This is for me right now. Let me do what I need to do. But when I do that, they move. Nice. They get up and they move. You know what I mean? Like I just said, what comes from the heart reaches the heart. So they feel me. You know what I mean? I can't sit still. I don't know how. Never did.
Yeah.
so never did. So I enjoy that. The music takes me over and I just go into a frenzy.
Yeah.
Right
yeah, you look like you're having a good time on stage too. You know, it's infectious. People can feel the energy.
I am. I tell people all the time, they're not the audience and I'm not the artist. We're all in one house.
Wow.
It's nothing but a house party. So let's party.
That's beautiful. I love that.
Let's party. This is what we're here for. When I come on stage, I'm like, hello, family. Welcome to my living room.
That's beautiful.
Let's do this. Let's do this until I see you again. Like I said, when they walk in, some of them walk in with all this, you know, there's so much going on in the world with the weight of the world on their shoulders. Exactly. So when they leave, all that is gone. And I tell them, whatever you're going through, you're going to leave it right here. So when you walk out, you're free. So I don't care what goes on for the rest of the week. You done left everything here.
That's amazing. It's kind of like therapy.
Spiritual.
Yes, spiritual therapy. Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
And then so I want to ask you, so why is that important to you as an artist? And why is that important at your performances for your fans to feel that way and to leave like that? Like, why is that important?
Because I'm so sick and tired of people feeling like everything. There's so much. Oh my God. If you think bigger than what you're feeling and your emotions are having you think or feel, you'll feel so much better. Don't let all this stuff get to you. Don't let it consume you. You know what I mean? Don't even worry about it because you're not in control anyway. Right? So don't let it bother you. So when you come to my shows, just come and relax and chill, let go, release, get loose, have fun, laugh, party, dance. This lady asked me, I was afraid to dance. I just needed your permission. You don't need my permission to dance, girl. Get up and dance. When it hits you, move.
Yeah,
Shake it off. Shake all that off. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's just so much going on in the world today to where, especially over here, especially over here,
Yeah.
you know, people are boggled down with so much stuff. Even our young people, you know what I mean? They're just messed up with anxiety. That's the word of the day, anxiety. Why are you anxious? Why are you mad? Why?
Exactly.
It's a lot. It's a lot. I work with kids too, so I'm trying to get them to understand the same thing. Don't worry about it. I mean, they get mad over little stuff, just little things. What you upset about? You know? No, I'm not having it. When you come to my show, you're gonna be released.
Yeah.
If you're not, I'm gonna pull you out of the audience, bring you on the stage, and make sure you're released.
Wow, I love that.
And I do that. I go in the audience for some reason. I can see. I don't want to sound like I'm clairvoyant or anything, but I can see, people are going through things, and I grab them and make them get on stage and work it out, and they're fine.
Wow.
After it's over, they're good. Some of them starts crying. They do what they need to
Wow.
do. They do, and they go about their business. And I'm happy with that. That means I've done my job.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Done my job.
Absolutely.
So when you sing from now on, this is
Yeah,
not about
absolutely.
you. It's about them. You got to make sure that they're taken care of. That's what you're here for, to make sure that the audience is taken care of.
Thank you.
That's why he gave you that gift.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. I agree. I couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you, Cinnamon.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
TYB?
Well, my question to you will be: what challenges have you faced in your career, and how did you overcome them?
The challenges I have faced is pretty much being a woman in this industry it's a lot. Especially me, because I'm kind of dominant. I direct my band.
Oh, okay.
Huh?
I was wondering. You said dominant. Is that what it was?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
You gotta be in this. We gotta be.
You do. And I find a lot of people block me. You know what I mean? They block me, and I just keep moving. Just keep moving forward.
They try.
They try, right? But I'll go another direction. Let me tell you a story. So, I had to do a show, and this group I had to sing with, they didn't want me to sing with them. And they told me they didn't want me to sing with them. I was like, okay, that's fine. I'm good. I don't have to. So I explained to the lady that hired me, that wanted me to sing with them, they didn't want me to sing with them. I said, okay, I'm good. You don't have to worry about it. So she wound up calling them and telling them she's going to sing with you. And I said, okay, if you really want me to do this, because I don't know, I don't want to make anybody mad or step on anybody's toes. So I'll make a long story short, I wound up singing with them, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad, because at first I was like, no, I'm not going to do this. You know what I mean? I don't really want to be bothered with all this nonsense. I'm glad she was persistent. I'm glad that I went to sing with them, because a month later, somebody saw me, and I wound up going to Paris.
Wow. You see, that's
And
phenomenal.
then after that, 7 years on the road all over the world.
Phenomenal. Fantastic. Fantastic.
You just got to keep moving, even though the challenges are there. Because come on now, your feelings do get hurt. But I just more like I don't want to deal with the confrontation. I'm good. What's for me is for me, and that's it. You know what I mean? But she kept pushing, so I said, okay, let me go. Put my best dress on, girl. Went out there, sung my heart out, and that's what happened afterwards. But I still have those challenges. But I just keep moving. I'm an entertainer. I'm not just a singer. So, I'm a creator. I create all sorts of things. I've done stage plays. I've created a documentary. I just keep moving. I'm gonna give you all I got. I'm gonna give 100% of me, and that's just the way it is until I leave this earth.
Yeah. It's a good thing that you said something about women in the business, and it's true. We are even trying to do a show about that.
Oh,
How do you think? Do you think it's changed over the years, or it's still the same? Because you know what, it's a male-dominant kind of industry, but now I think it's shifting a little bit. And from from where you started from, it wasn't like that. Do you think it's changing fast enough to consume everybody to say, you know what, that is an artist, I'm an artist, and irrespective of whether you are a female or a male? Do
I
you
think it's
see?
changing because we have more women in the background. So more women producers, more women that support women.
Mhm.
Fair enough.
But if I depend on the men, you can forget it. No,
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah,
how are you doing with the this situation? Do you have any issues, Petra?
In the music industry as a
Yeah.
female,
Yes.
all the time. But I guess it's how you handle it. Because just like you, I am dominant, strong, but at the same time, they want to perceive that to be a negative, but it's not. I
Right.
perceive that to be a positive because
Right.
to be in an industry and not know yourself in an industry
Right.
like this, as a woman, it could definitely take you to somewhere or a situation that you don't want to be in. So you need to have your head on your shoulders. You have to be strong and hold firm. So people obviously are gonna challenge that because it's a lot easier for them to manipulate weaker individuals. But
Right.
when you perceive yourself to not be weak, then it's like you will gravitate towards people, and people will find you that you can work with. You know what I mean? So and
Exactly.
you're proving that, Cinnamon. Look at you, you're a star, you're
Exactly.
traveling the world. So
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
you vibe your tribe.
Exactly.
It's working out.
Even with male musicians, I have some
You gotta share.
Lord,
Not to call names, but
some
tell us your
challenges,
experiences.
some challenges, even with male musicians. And I'm paying you to do a job, right?
Mm,
So I expect you to do the job. But like I said, I have challenges. But if I know for a fact if it was another guy instead of me, they would pay more attention
mm.
to him than myself. So
Mhm.
it's a.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
like I said, you learn to deal with it and you keep moving because everybody can be replaced.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
it means that yeah.
CEO.
So it means the challenges are still there, but
Yeah, they're still
gradually
there.
they're still
They're
there.
still there in certain aspects of the
Okay.
industry. Let's say that.
Okay.
Okay. So
And yeah, and as a follow-up, how do you stay motivated and productive?
how do I stay motivated?
And
I'm
productive,
motivated every day.
huh? I love that, you know.
I do. Did you
Yeah.
hear I have a song called The Gift. If you
Yes.
listen to that,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So that song
Mhm.
motivates me every day. As long as I wake up, I'm motivated.
Awesome. 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 Folks, we are in conversation with the amazing Cinnamon Jones on this program, Love the Afrobeat Music Talk Radio's Highway 6 to Africa. It's plus 26 degrees Celsius in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And it's a long weekend here. So if you drink, don't drive. If you drive, don't drink. We want you around. If you intend to go to parties, have a designated driver to do that job for you if you don't drink. No, Ron, the floor is yours, please.
Hey, one of the things I noticed about you, Cinnamon, is that on stage, from the photos I saw, you're looking like you're right into the whole thing about performing live, which I think is great. I showed a number of performers that I work with, two artists. One where I had a DJ in the background and they were singing to it. And then one was Charlie Puth with his huge band with him. And I thought, wow, which one would you rather be? This one or this one? Everybody said Charlie Puth because it has a real band in it. How do you feel about performing with a live musician as opposed to a DJ? Because I've never performed with a DJ. I've always performed with a live band. I mean, I'm a bass player. You have no choice. You're not going to go up there and play solo very often. So my question is, how do you, what's it like performing with live musicians opposed to singing in front of a DJ? And do you have a preference over this? And if so, why?
I actually did a show with a DJ and a band.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's pretty cool. I like both.
Mm-hmm.
I love both. Yeah, because the DJ can add some beats on top of what the band cannot do. That is really, oh man, they take you back to the 80s, you know, where they used to scratch the records and stuff like that. So,
Is that right?
man, it takes you back to that hip hop stuff for real now. Wicked, 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 wicked.
I guess
I mean, it's cool. Try it one day. Just grab a DJ along with your band.
What I like about playing live is that you can improvise. In other words, you can make songs longer, shorter. They don't have to have the same intro. Every single night can be slightly different. Whereas with a DJ, the song stays the same every single time. There's no way to make the song.
It depends on who the DJ is.
Yeah, but I'm just saying you can improvise more. I saw Charlie just pointed at the drummer. He says, "Okay, give it to him," and the drummer just went nuts with a great drum solo, which was fabulous because he had such a good drummer. So it showed clear to me that where the money was, because he was playing plus 40,000 people, and
you're dying out on me, honey.
So it's just
I can't hear him.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I don't want to get. Okay, I'm trying to get as close as possible to my phone here. And so I was just curious about what it's like performing in front of, with a live band as opposed to a DJ. So I'll pass this over to PETRAA because she's probably going to be easier to hear than me just because of my circumstances here. So PETRAA.
That's okay, Ron. I know you're trying. Thank you, though, Ron. Thank you.
I really am. I'm trying as hard as possible.
Yeah, we know that.
But I heard him. I heard what he said about the DJ and the band. Like I said, I've done both with the DJ and a band together, which was really good. With the live band, and you're right, you can improvise. You can do whatever you want, and create while you're there on stage, because I do that a lot too. I do that so much where my band don't know where I'm going. So, they just know how to pay attention to what I'm doing.
Right.
Well, put it this way, they're just used to me. So,
Yeah. I love what I like is I love people on stage. That's what I love.
Oh yeah. You like people on the stage? He said he likes people on the stage.
Yeah, he's a bass player, so he likes the live performance aspect. But Ron, you gotta try some ones and twos sometimes, Ron. You gotta switch it up, you know what I mean? Synthesize a little bit, Check it from the other side, and then you can really see.
Oh, I get that. I mean, I play keyboards as well, so it's just one of those things that I love when real people are on a stage, when there's more of them. Like I know TYB and I've talked about this lots, but I love when I seeing Earth, Wind and Fire on stage. I can't imagine them with a DJ. Earth, Wind and Fire has groove, soul. That's what you want from what people can put into it. That I'd say.
Or Victor Wooten.
Or Victor on stage is phenomenal. And that's what he said in his book that I'm reading right now, is that he's waiting for the day when music's going to die because of what we're starting to see today. Yeah. And so and he says it's people who create music, not machines.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
Is he the one that said there's no good music, no bad music? It's just music?
He hasn't said that. I haven't heard that quote yet from his.
I think he said that.
He may have. He's a man of many, I'll say, elements. But not only that, I would say in the terms of being a virtuoso on the instrument. But it's like a Wynton Marsalis, the same thing on trumpet. Yeah.
Awesome.
I know. And Wynton is such a nice guy. I remember meeting Wynton, and he was phenomenal. He's just a phenomenal, almost a genius on that instrument. So, yeah, it's just I love people on music. That's what my point is, I guess.
Yeah, me too. Me
Yeah.
too.
I agree with you, Ron. You see, the thing is, from my perspective, especially being like a solo artist, right? I think, and I can't really speak from the perspective of being like a part of a band, right? So, I mean, being a part of a band, it's like, I mean, you could play the instrument individual, right? But I guess when you play it as a band, it's more powerful. I think for me as a solo artist, I'm the instrument, right? So because I'm the instrument, it's like I don't necessarily need a band if I don't want to. Like if I have a band, it can only heighten the experience of me, the instrument. But because I know I'm the instrument with or without a band, whether it's a DJ, whatever it is, it's still gonna sound. And it's still gonna be a perfect sound or a great sound because I'm the instrument. So that's how I see from that perspective. I see what you're saying, but I also see from the other side as well. You know what I mean? So I just kind of wanted to share that.
Right. It's all about how you present it all anyway. Because on Sundays, it's just me and a duo, so it's just a guitar and myself. And I sing extremely mellow and low. But then the next day, I'll have a full 8-piece band. Well, I'm like James Brown on the stage. You know what I'm saying? So depends on what you're coming with. So.
The thing I think about most in that is I think about the human feel. If you listen to so much music we're hearing today,
he's shrinking.
Come closer to the mic.
Everything is still too perfect. We're getting songs that are too perfect, and that's what I'm afraid of, and I get worried about. Yeah, that human element that I long to hear is starting to get lost in some of the songs we're hearing. Because
you know what, Ron? I'm sorry. You know what, Ron? I said from now on, I'm going to do all my recordings live. That's what's needed to be done. People need to do all their recordings live.
Oh, good for you. Awesome.
Then you'll hear the flaws, whatever. It's all natural. The feedback. I think that's the best thing to do.
That's what makes music. Music isn't perfect. I love hearing guitar players when they slide their fingers down the fretboard and you hear strings scratch. That's just human,
Right.
That's okay. That's just makes part of the sound what it is. Yeah. So, I know I'm very adamant about this just because of feel. To me, feel is the big deal.
Yeah,
it's important.
It is.
It's important, and a lot of musicians used to record live. You don't hear that too much anymore.
Exactly.
And you heard, even though they were flaws, they were perfect flaws. I know that sounds crazy, but some of the flaws sound perfect. You're like, wow, and it was strong and powerful. So yeah, I said from now on, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna record all my stuff live.
And to not to go on and on about this, but one thing you can do is set a metronome to some songs that are recorded today, and then songs that were recorded in the 80s before everybody had a DAW, and your metronome will never stay perfect to the songs that record 60s, 70s, 80s, just using those areas. But now today, you can put a metronome on and songs will play perfectly to the metronome the whole way through them. That's just not human. Humans can't play to a metronome perfectly. They just can't.
Here's another
that's
thing.
Unfortunate.
They're what is it? Auto-tone? A lot of the
auto-tune,
singers are using auto-tone. They have
it's
to
auto-tune.
Auto-tune, excuse me, they have to have
Yep.
perfect pitch. You don't have to have perfect
Yep.
pitch on everything. It's
No.
okay. It's okay.
You know
Sometimes
what? Victor
we go
said that
off.
in his book. Yeah, Victor said the same thing. I mean,
Yeah.
in the 60s, they didn't re-record songs if they were slightly a bit out of tune. They said, no, that's okay. Let's keep going. Let's make the song work here. So, yeah. I don't want to go on too much about this, but I love human feel.
No, I agree.
For sure.
I agree.
Yeah, and I love that too, because I think when people can feel the music, they feel the authenticity in that sound, which allows them to fully to connect with the music and also with the artist, you know?
Yeah.
So I want to talk a little bit about that with your music as well, Cinnamon. And I want to relate to the question of how has you being born and being brought up in New York influenced your sound authentically through the blues, the jazz, the R&B? Can you just share that a little bit with us?
Okay, so growing up in New York, I listened to a lot of jazz and a lot of R&B and a lot of rock,
Nice.
soft rock.
Cool.
And when I moved to California, I learned about the blues because I didn't really hear any blues in New York. You know, New York wasn't about that.
Yeah.
When I moved to the Bay Area, to get in the scene, you had to learn some blues. And I learned 2 songs, made them a medley, and got in.
Nice.
But growing up in New York was so versatile because there's so many different ethnic backgrounds in New York. You know what I mean? So you heard Jamaican music, Spanish music, Iranian music. It's just so much. It's a melting pot of just great sounds, like the food.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, it plays a lot into my life now than it did back then. You know, because it's like I hear it all now. You know what I mean? I hear it all, and I go by maybe because I have incorporated my family, my kids, everybody's interracial, so you know what I mean? That's why, you know, so that's why I wrote the instrumental song. I'm sorry.
Like a cultural melting pot, you know?
There you go. So I wrote this song called Brooklyn, and it describes all of exactly what I'm saying because it goes from like this funk beat to this Latin beat to this jazz fusion. You know what I mean? It goes all over the place, but it's a good tune. So yeah, all of that has influenced me so much in everything that I've done, in everything. And it's still in me, even down to the dancing, even down to my presentation on stage. You know what I mean? Because everything from New York to me is like strong. You know what I mean? They bring it. New Yorkers bring it.
Yeah.
Okay? You know, some people just sit there and they sing and whatever nice, whatever. New Yorkers bring it. That's just the way it is. California, the blues scene, they are more from the South that got caught up in the West. So a lot of people where I was really a lot of the folks came from in the Bay Area were from Louisiana and Texas. Okay.
Yeah.
So that is straight, flat out, down south, back in the woods blues.
For sure, raw blues.
Yes, because the song that I learned to get in the scene was called "Hey Lady, Your Husband is Cheating on Us."
Cheating on us.
Us. Okay.
Wow.
Trust me, women love that song.
Yeah. I would love to hear it.
Oh, girl, it's deep. So, and then I took it and I made it theatrical because I added my own stuff at the end. And that's one day you'll hear it. Matter of fact, go on my website. It's on there.
Okay. I'll check it out.
So, but that influenced me a lot too. That really did, because I didn't know anything about the blues, you know. So it helped me out. I was like, wow, people singing about stuff like this.
Yeah, it's like so real and so raw.
Right. Right. She said, so real, so wrong. And that's right. So, yeah, I've been influenced a lot. And then when I went overseas, I got up into some of the cultures there. You know what I mean? Like England. You guys be partying down there too. Yes, you do. But y'all have a lot more of the African beats. My favorite group was Soul to Soul.
Oh, I love Soul to Soul.
You remember Soul to Soul? Oh my God. So yeah, I love that the fact that you guys incorporate a lot of the African beats.
Yeah, most definitely.
A lot of them. So that was an influence on me too. So yeah. Matter of fact, that's in Brooklyn too. You'll hear it.
I'm definitely playing that song. I definitely want to hear all those influences.
Yes. So, I mean, everything. I listen to all sorts of music. And if I can incorporate it in what I do, I'm going to do it. Why not? Right? We're all in the same house, right?
Yeah. And they all represent you, which kind of leads on to like my next question, right?
Yeah.
Which is, what do you want your legacy to be, you know? Because
my legacy?
Yes.
So I'm still a work in progress, and I'm still learning life lessons. So I guess
you've accomplished so much. You've accomplished so much. You're doing so much in the community, working with so many young people. You like, how would you want the work that you've put in? How would you want that to outlast you? Like, what do you want your legacy to be after? You know, like.
Well, I guess it's going, because when I look at the kids that I actually work with, I see them. I've seen them do so many amazing things now. You know what I mean? I think that's it. I wrote a song called My Time, and at the end of My Time, it says, my time will live on again and again and again. And I was saying that through the kids that I work with, and even my own kids.
Wow.
So it's here.
And the music and the dancing.
Everything, Everything.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that I touch everybody I meet in some form or fashion, you know, in a positive way, in a very positive way, you know. Girl, I'm about love. What? Love.
Love and love it.
Love and love it. Right.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why she's here.
Yeah, the whole Love Bay family. Thanks, Cinnamon. TYB?
Yeah.
Cinnamon, how do you define success in this industry? And what advice would you give someone starting in this industry?
Look, as long as you're happy performing and doing what you feel that's best for you, that's success. Forget the money. Forget the fame, because it's only 15 minutes. Okay. You know, just let your light shine forever. That's success. Okay.
Wow.
So that's it.
Can you say that again, please? It's so sweet.
So profound, yeah.
I said, forget the money, forget the 15 minutes of fame, because that's all it is. You know, that's success. You know what I mean? Just let your light shine.
Yeah.
That's
it. And what advice would you give?
Good advice.
Yeah, good, very great advice.
What advice?
Yes. What advice would you give somebody starting in who wants to start in this industry? Because you've been in there. Yeah, you've been in there, be it great, sour, sweet, and all those kind of stuff. And you know, in today's world, you know, we have so many young artists out there who want to be sensational artists overnight without, you know, I mean, they are even lucky because today you sing, you can record on your cell phone, edit it, do a music video on your cell phone and stuff like that. Starting up, I don't think it was like that. You had to go into the studio, book time, spend money and all those kind of stuff. Those times are out. But now they are taking advantage of the fact that everything is so easy. But they go in there and they find out that it's not easy at all, like they envisaged it to be. So, what advice would you give anyone listening to us who wants to be in this industry, which is I call it a jungle, because if you don't take care, you'll be eaten alive, because it's not as great as everybody sees. Like, oh, you know what? People are making music. Oh, they are making music here. Sure, I can go and borrow a Lamborghini, but it's not like that. And then shoot a music video. It's not like that. So, what advice from where you sit, with your vast experience, would you give someone starting in this industry?
Well, first of all, don't sell your soul.
Well said. Wow, I love that.
Really, because a lot of them are doing that. They're just rushing in here, and they're really doing it for the money. You know what I mean? They don't even know half of the nonsense that goes on. So don't sell your soul. Don't run after the paper. If you really like performing, do it for the love of performing.
Yeah.
Do it for the love of performing. And I guarantee you some surprises will come to you that you never thought would ever come to you. Never. As long as I do this in love, love is going to come back. If I run out there and just try to do it in vain.
Exactly.
Wow. Need I say more, man?
Yeah.
Folks, we are in conversation with the amazing, the versatile Cinnamon Jones, and
you guys are amazing. You guys are amazing.
Well, you are amazing.
You're amazing. You're amazing. You're amazing. You're amazing. You're amazing.
You say these perfect lines like a mic drop. It's like, whoa, you can't say anymore.
Right. You're seriously. You're giving us some stuff to take with us. Myself and listeners from Addis Ababa to Johannesburg, all over the world, those of our listeners who are watching us and listening to us on the radio, I think you are giving something that people would have to buy to go and then get a consultation for, because the advice is don't sell your soul. Speaks a lot. It speaks volumes. Ron?
Yeah, I'm going to try and speak as close as possible. What I'm interested in, Cinnamon, is what's in the future for you. We've talked about the past and what's gone on and what you've done on stage. Can you tell us what's in your future? What's coming up? What kind of events are going on? And what I know you're talking about playing in festivals. So what's in the future?
Okay, so I created a documentary in 2020. It's called Generation Z, and it explores the mindset of kids and all the events that happen in 2020 here in the United States. And we have received a couple of nominations for film festivals, which was great. Now I'm going to take that documentary and turn it into a stage play.
Wow.
And the documentary is a musical already. So I'm working on that. I'm working with the youth program for them kids. So I'm working with them and just trying to get them rebuilding their mindset, So between that, and creating some more music, I'm going to keep creating some music. I have a song that I'm working on called Bitter Depression, because I'm tired of everybody being depressed. The hook is get off of me. Okay.
I like that.
Right.
Very firm and strong. Just get off me now.
Get off me. I got things to do.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's pretty much it. Between that stage play is going to take a lot of time, because, like I said, the documentary is already a musical. I just have to stretch out the songs and add some more things, do some auditioning for kids, and because it's all kids, and find a place to do it and push it out there and see what happens. Oh, and Lady of Song Show. Lady of Song show is a stage play that I produced. It represents we pay tribute to legendary women in music, like Gladys Knight, Tina Turner, and you know plays Tina, right? Okay.
Okay.
So,
I like that. Proud Mary, my favorite.
Yeah, okay. That and I have a bunch of women that I work with. Huh? Sorry.
What's love got to do with it?
He said, "What love?
What's love got to do with it?"
That's right. Yeah.
Right. So, what's love got to do? He's funny. So, so that I'm trying to do a tour with that.
Oh.
So I have a lot of work to do,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna get it done.
Wow.
Wrong.
Okay.
Oh, it's it's interesting as you look at me and disappear. I'm curious to know, like, when you say you're going to do all this in the future, is it going to pay your bills? Is it going to be able to? Are you going to be able to still live in New York? Because as we all know, the cost of living is extremely expensive. So I'm obviously curious about how important is the money aspect of music to you?
It's not that important.
Wow.
Not that important. Like I said, I eat. Look, and I got a roof over my head.
Amen.
You know, I'm gonna be able to take care of myself because I'll still be singing in between. You know, working. I don't worry about nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You don't worry about it. Everything just comes to you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm serious.
Good.
You ever walked around your house like, God, I'm broke. I don't know where I'm gonna get some money. And then you look in your pocket, you got $5.
Yeah.
Wow. I love that. So profound.
It is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're right.
Why you trip?
So profound. Thank you, Cinnamon. Honestly, yeah.
Good for you. Cool.
Actually, every time you talk, Cinnamon, it's like a mic drop. You say this line, it's like mic drop.
You're speaking to a veteran.
Girl, we can't worry about nothing. I keep telling people that all day long. It's like, man, just live. Just live. Wake up in the morning and just live. See what the world's got in store for you. Keep it going. That's it.
Yeah.
Everything else is irrelevant.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And be good to one another.
Amen.
Be good to one another.
Definitely.
Yeah. Wow.
I love
Wow.
that.
Wow. Well, Cinnamon, you have blowing. I mean, like I'm listening to it and I'm soaking everything that you're throwing out today. I mean,
I love him. Look at him. I love him.
I love it. I love the.
I've been talking to this man for years.
Yes,
You see,
for years.
Yeah. You know, this is the reason why this radio station was set up. We want to highlight what is out there, because if you go into mainstream media, it's more of gotcha, selling commercials, and all those kind of stuff. And then we don't get a chance and the time to sit and then have a conversation like this, because we are timed. No commercial time and those kind of stuff, but we don't have it. But as the four of us being in the industry, we know exactly where we are coming from, and then sharing it with the people who are, getting ready to get into the business. Because I always say that a lot of young people that I've come across, like they want things too much, too fast.
Microwave.
So many.
I know.
Just like that.
Exactly.
But it's not like that. When I write music,
microwave.
That's right.
No.
When I write music, I take my time. My last music that I've written, an album that I'm doing, it's taking me about 3 years now. I don't rush. It's on my side. Every album that I bring up, I don't make you say 3 months and then today you see it. They release one today. Next week there's another one.
Exactly.
So that's why a lot of the music is crap.
That's right.
Thank you.
Because they just throw anything out there. And they have sold their souls.
I know. But it's the people who are suffering, because Why should the people have to get music that's not up to par because they want to sell their soul or they want just money? You know, music used to be an experience, a spiritual experience. Music is healing. So when they're taking shortcuts, it's like it's not allowing people to get the same effect that they would from the music. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
My worry is, especially with these rappers, and I'm going to, they record with these labels, they sell their souls, they get a little money, little car, whatever, and then next thing you know, they're dead.
Yeah.
So they're dead. The music is still in the label, and the label's making all the money.
Yes. I know.
And that's what's going on with the rappers, the young rappers today. So these people are
as well
just
as them collecting off the insurance policy. We can't forget that too, you know. Okay.
Yeah. I see where you're coming from, because in today's world, or back in the day, the label, the big boys, never cared about, your well-being. They'll give you that money, you go and spend it, and you spend a lifetime paying for it. Because one, they don't teach you how to read contracts.
right.
They don't teach you so that they'll be able to say, aha, you didn't do that. So no, you are more than you're committed to me for life. And this is one of the problems that we have in our industry. But I think the future looks bleak to me personally, with respect to the introduction of AI and all these kind of stuff and all these technological advancements and stuff like that. But I think even though I see it a bleak future, sometimes to the other side of my brain tells me, look, there's more to come. And
Yes, of course.
And then young people are going to say, I made a mistake, so I have to go back. That's the spirit of Sankofa. We say Sankofa means if you go back and pick it up.
Right, Sankofa, right.
Yes, it's not a taboo, right? So this is where I look at music. Yeah, I look at it both ways. I share Ron's sentiment with respect to the fact that live, I would never go out there to perform playback. No, I always want to make sure that the guitarist has made a mistake and I'm looking at him. The horn player has played the wrong note and I'm looking at him as a lead singer, right? That makes it so nice. And then you tease yourself after the fact when you are on the bass going somewhere. You played the wrong note, man. We all start to laugh, right? This is how I see music, not, where I'm coming from. So in a way, I think there should be the encouragement of live performances, live music performances, as opposed to, because me personally, I will not go and pay to see an artist using a playback, because I always want to go and learn what the guitarist is doing, what the keyboard player is doing, what the drummer is doing, what somebody else is doing. Because if I wanted to listen or to go and watch somebody playing music with a playback there, I would have sat home and watched the video.
Right.
He or she has put out there. Because it's one and the same thing. It's one and
absolutely
the same.
TYB. Yeah, I agree 100% with you.
You know what?
I hear what you're saying. I don't mean to cut you, but I hear what you're saying. Well, you have to also think about the generations, right? Like a lot of young people nowadays are not used to live bands, right? They're used to synthesized music and DJ. So it's like you have to think about, okay, teaching the younger generation the importance of live performances while still respecting that they're not there yet. You know what I mean? Respecting the fact that they weren't introduced to a lot of that. So we need to be reintroducing it back into the musical society in a sense. At the same time, not necessarily shunning some of those artists per se that don't have a band. You know what I mean? And I can speak for me. I'm one of those artists. Like I perform with a band sometimes, and sometimes I perform with just tracks, because if you're an independent artist and you don't have the funds to support that, what are you gonna do? Not perform till you get a band? No, you're still gonna do what you can do, right?
Yeah.
At the same time, as I said, again, connecting with the youth, like when I perform at reggae festivals, right, with a live band, that is more, it's more the older generation that connects to that, right? But not so many young people. But if I go to an event with a DJ and I'm singing with a DJ, there's more of a younger crowd. So the thing is knowing how to cater to your audiences. And that's I really respect what Cinnamon says, that one day she'll play with like an 8-piece band and another day maybe with a DJ. So now she's connected with both parts of her both demographics of her audience, you know, the younger and the older, while educating the two on both. You know, she's showing the versatility. So now the younger generation, that her fans are gonna be like, oh wow, she's with a live band. And then the older generation may be like, oh wow, she's with a DJ. I've never heard her sound with a DJ before. So I think it's all about learning and embracing both. You know what I mean?
And this is where I come in to say that there's the lack of music history. We don't teach them in schools, because if you look at if you listen to some of the rappers, they sample old time music, and these old time musicians were recording live. So there's that vacuum there, where music is not taught, history of music is not taught. Now, when I was in high school, even though I wasn't good, when it comes to music history with Beethoven's and all those kind of stuff, but at least something stuck there, right? I mean, to me, there's nothing like the older generation and the music is music is
I
music.
I think it's the relevance.
Now I don't know what's going on in Canada. I think a lot of the youth now, when I was growing up in schools, we had bands. We had everybody learned an instrument. They took all of the instruments and stuff out of the schools here.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? All the music and pretty much a lot of the arts. They took it out of the schools. So a lot of the kids don't even know anything about that. But I can say now though, here a lot of the rappers are using live bands because they'd rather have the authentic bass, you know, and the drums, especially the drums. So, they're using more instruments and things here. But I think if they put we're fighting for that. If they put more of the instruments back into the schools,
exactly,
it would change a lot.
And I think it's just the
nothing wrong with some of the bebop and stuff too. Now, ain't nothing wrong with that neither, because some of that beats are off the chain.
I was gonna say, I feel like some of the youth don't understand the relevance, right? I feel like they know that if I get a DJ, that they can see how it's relevant, how they can maybe recoup costs, or it can be successful for them, right? I think a lot of the younger generation don't understand how bands work. So it's the older generation to teach the younger generation not just how to play the instrument, but about how they can have a successful live show, how they can make money off a live performance. If you're not teaching people how to make money from doing it, then they're not going to do it, right? So
I think Ron's background being a music teacher.
I know this as a music teacher. I taught music for over 15 years, and then the music program got totally axed. Thousands of dollars. It wasn't that big of a very expensive program. However, what it got axed for was the school district wanted to start spending all of its money on computers and technology instead. So that the music program got completely ditched for the spending of thousands and thousands on devices that last for 5 to 10 years. That's it. Music will last a lifetime. Exactly. That's the difference.
Exactly.
So,
like I said, I still like some of the DJs.
Don't get me on this topic.
Like club music.
Because this it just bugs me when people don't care as much about teaching us a skill that will be with you for life, rather than one that. Exactly. Music is a life skill.
I tell kids all the time, if you become a musician, you'll never be without a job.
Exactly.
You'll never be without a job.
Yeah, exactly.
So pick up an instrument.
Yes.
But it's a shame the way they took all the instruments and the education of music out of the schools. Why? It's just dumb.
It is.
Now these kids are all over the place. And you said they're going crazy. They have nothing to do.
But go on social media. You know what I mean? Which is where they want
to do.
Exactly.
You're not feeding this.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not feeding the energy. You know what I mean? It's got to go somewhere.
We're vibrational
Exactly.
beings. Music is
Exactly.
vibration. You know,
Exactly.
like the one instrument that I am so enthralled with right now is the handpan. I love the handpan.
Cool?
Yes, the vibrational frequency and the sound, it resonates.
That's
and
how
it's
it goes.
everybody loves, you know.
My girlfriend plays that.
Who plays that? Sorry?
My girlfriend. She just picked it up and she plays it.
That's my next instrument. It's just so profound. But
don't it sounds like the Jamaican
Trinidadian
steel drums?
Yeah.
Don't it sound like that? Yeah.
It's just the hand pan is outverted and the steel pan is inverted, and it's a different sound based on that, and it's so powerful. So
and the vibration, it just
advocate.
resonates.
We need to advocate to get these back in schools, the instruments and the kids, you know, playing like real instruments. If the
what part of Canada are you in? I'm coming to see you.
That would happen.
Awesome.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm coming to see Petra. Where you at, girl?
Yeah, I'm in Toronto. You gotta come, man. I mean, tee it up with TYB.
You know what? It's been a very wonderful, amazing conversation, and I know
all because of you.
Thank you. You know,
yes, TYB.
Cinnamon, it's been a wonderful conversation here, and you know what? Need I say more? This radio station is yours as well. Come back anytime you want, you wish. And before we go, where can people, audiences, and fans get your music? Where can they find you?
Thank you. I love you both, all of you. Bye, Ron. I gotta go to work. Bye, Petra.
Where can we hear from you? Where can we find you?
Oh, eternalsoulentertainment.com. That's my website, eternalsoulentertainment.com. You'll see everything.
Yes.
Everything.
Perfect. And on social media as well, Instagram,
Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, everything. I'm all over the place. You can even just Google me, Cinnamon Jones.
That's how you know you're famous. You're like, you just Google me. Just Google me.
Just Google me. Right? I do that all the time. You can Google me.
I like that. I say it sometimes too, you know.
There you go. I'm gonna Google you.
Thank you, Cinnamon. Thank you, Ron.
Thank you, love.
Have a very wonderful time where you are. And Petra, hey, thank you. And
thank you, guys. I had a wonderful time. Wonderful meeting you all.
Thank you.
And hope to see you again soon.
Very soon. And folks, we'll be back in 7 days with another amazing artist. And this is Love the Afrobeat Music Talk Radio, your number one African Caribbean online radio. If you're watching us on that YouTube channel, just subscribe, share, and like us. And to those of you listening to us, wherever you may be, thank you for allowing us into your space. Bye-bye.
Bye, Love Bay family.
Bye-bye, love.
Awesome.
We are.